All right, so you come into this tree, you don't have heaps of experience, but you really like the process, and and you've been doing a little and doing a little and doing a little. All right, and one way to help you get into the motion to get the ball rolling on the interaction is think of your first minutes or your first phase or whatever as the warm-up. So, and then also as part of that warm-up will be some stretches, right? So now here, okay, it's very important. You want the stretches in the groin area. The groin area is very critical. You could do all the stretches ahead of time as well, but even when I do stretch, especially if I'm going to, even if I do, I still might do a little bit of a warm-up and stuff, just to be sure, and also the time that elapsed, unless I just stretched right next to the tree, which you could do and stuff, but at that point, you might as well be stretching with the tree. It's a good chance to get to know the tree, and it's also a good chance to get to take a look at some things and stuff, and maybe you'll notice, ant colony, spiders, or whatnot. It's your call whether you want to disturb them or how much you're going to disturb them and things like that. All right, so these are the good ones. It worked. So, and we talked about this before, and we'll talk about it again. In the actions that we're doing here, all right. It's always a balance. There's always a relationship of offense and defense. Okay? Even if you're exercising, you think of that relationship. Think of the balance, think of the counterbalance, think of the new relationships that are opening up from what you present and support, and then think of the ones that are closing down a bit, right? So, and this will help you. So you could be upright, but like in a lot of things, when you're upright, you have some weaknesses, some vulnerabilities, but you also have, But in these terrains or whatever, it's always good to be a little bit planted and stuff. And so we're talking defense. This is my action, and this is a little bit more my shield. Okay, so shield and switch up, and you're getting low. But there's bending ones, and bending ones are fine too, right? And then there's bending at the knees and stuff. If you have a hard time bending at the knees, or you're not at that level yet, then you can do some stuff on the ground. If you have a hard time bending and also doing stuff on the ground, generally or to some degree, you might not, this might not be the right activity. However, there's still stuff I can definitely help you with that you can still do with the tree, but you might also choose a different tree. You might just choose a different area. You might bring a mat with you, and you just, right? All right, so shield, guard on the outside. This is a secondary guard, but this is not necessarily, because this is jammed in. All right, but heaps of options. Okay, but for you when you're starting out, this is your beginning one. As you're engaging, this is your beginning one. You could do this one, but my defense levels in a little bit more. All right, so this defense almost involves you coming in, and yes, it's stuff like the Philly shell, shoulder roll. Shoulder on the outside. Okay, so here we have. So you're setting up with your tree, and you're looking, and you're like, all right. So what can I do? What can I do is the advantage of these two big bodies, whatever. So maybe I can bring that a bit more into my advantage as well. Okay, so I'll tie that up. Okay, and almost like I could put it in the way, to put it in the way of the trunk. Now the tree knows, the tree could feel. Okay, I have one major arm over here on this side, Okay, but I have this one that's free and touch. So I could be stealth about it. I could be stealth, but in order to be stealth, I'm also vulnerable. I'm vulnerable on the move in, and now it's all chest and stuff. So that's okay. So it knows we're active, but in one, okay, in one swoop, in one move, we could swoop. So here's what the exercise part of what we're doing. Okay, shield, the other shield, the secondary one, just be down, be up, come in over here, all right, back up to the shield, back up, switch, all right, so that's what you're moving to, from your shield, you're moving to, and notice the stretch that I'm also getting, or the stretch or the stance, all right? But if my stance is narrow like this, okay, then I'm relying on the tree for support. But I still will have to come out of it to. So you want to have some kind of distance in your stance and stuff. If you have your stance too close like this, then you're gonna topple over in anything that you do. So you want to have a little bit of a distance, but you can rely on the tree a bit and stuff. Right? All right. We're here with our Sydney red gum, and we're just getting warmed up, and we're doing the interaction, and we're not 100% sure. Maybe we'll turn it into drills, maybe we'll turn it into exercises and stuff, but who knows? But all we know is we watch what crawlFace does, so we're going to warm up, and we're going to do on the interaction, we're going to focus on the interaction part and stuff. So, all right, and it doesn't fluid, and just flow and touch, guard your positions and stuff over here. All right, not as big of a deal, but on the swing back and stuff as well. All right, you could go a little bit more of an advanced. All right, and you'll feel when you switch to this, you'll feel a little bit more awkward. You'll feel a little bit less, and that's more difficult. But play with your stances and stuff like that to find your right. Make sure you get both in. Let go completely. Find out how much you're leaning and stuff like that. Even if I'm leaning in, or if not, find out how much. All right. Grabbing, touching, and I want you to be great for rotations and stuff like that. Right. And what you'll feel it, right? There's that, so I'm over here and stuff, but now I've really, and I'm pretty good at this one, using the elbow as a lock in, okay? The elbow is a lock. The elbow, once you got the elbow locked in, you feel pretty good. I'm not necessarily leaning against the tree if you want in the beginning, all right? And I could use the leverage. All right, so what we're doing in an exercise sense is we're a certain amounts of the plane of your position and stuff. So we're forward here, all right? Then there's a little bit under, but you can see, and that's why you see me doing these grabs all the time and stuff like that. Right? So, but generally in that is, and then you're breaking the plane, more committed and back. All right, so breaking the plane. Yeah. All right. Breaking. Now we're basically like we're getting ready to lift up a log. Right? And I got all the pressure on the shoulder point. And I can lock. You can lock like that, since it's not life and death here and stuff. You just whatever gets you leverage. All right. So now, what we're practicing also is imagine someone's trying to grab you and lift you up, or grab you and then come. They can grab and get you and stuff. So if we're at any given moment, you just want to keep that a little bit active, and also it's a way to just keep your feet active and stuff as well. So imagine they're going to grab my right. You're practicing, and it's a type of sprawling. It's a type of a sprawling effect. So, and what you're doing is you're trying to get. So you're out of your reach, or you're bringing your opponent. Okay, you're bringing the strong part. You're forcing. Now your opponent's out here. All right, so that's why you see me doing heaps of these and stuff, right? So in your workout and in your practice, you might have a mat with you and whatnot. All right. So there's, I think it should be like the right angle one. All right. So and any type of stretching will also satisfy this, but that's it. That's all. So what you're doing is also the hips. The hips can come out as well. All right. So you think like Spider-Man as well and stuff. Now I don't know if you can. All right. So you have it on the inside. Then you also have one on the outside. Yoga, things like that. All of these things will help you practice or whatever. But they're important in the interaction, engaging with the tree, because all of these little positions behave like locks, and they become very valuable.